I wish I could count in another language. I mean, I can, but like I can count in like Spanish and French. You know, like all the like generic ones.
Yeah.
I want to be able to.
I kind of just default to either German or Italian for like little things.
Yeah.
I used to be able to do Korean, but I don't remember now.
Korean.
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah. Like if I need someone to move out of my way, I'll say scusi more than I'll say excuse me.
Yeah.
Or, you know,
I say
move.
Yeah, I go excuse me.
Scusi. Grazie.
I feel like I used to do it a lot more, but not so much now.
I did that to someone at work the other day, and I think they were a bit freaked out.
Like watching Carnation.
Yeah, at home it's always just excuse me.
Yeah, I definitely used to do it a lot more. Now I'm just like, excuse me, can I come through?
Pardon me.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh dear.
Well, yeah, if I'm at home, it's definitely excuse me more. But like if I'm in public, like you know when you're trying to get through a crowd or something, you're like, excuse me, sorry, get through. So apologetic. I'm like every time I was like, sorry, can we? Sorry, yeah, cool.
Nah, it worked for me. It's always, oh yeah, sorry, come through. You know, sorry.
I count in German a lot.
It's on
Why?
It
Just like to myself. Yeah.
Just cause.
Honestly, like it sounds cool though. So and plus doing it to yourself, like you can keep it up too. Like so if you just don't use it, you just forget.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I can't speak either language, like at all. It's just like those little bits. Like all of my Italian I learned from Assassin's Creed.
Oh God.
See what I meant? Back to Assassin's Creed. Remember what I was talking about? The guy who learnt the map.
Oh yeah.
So I can swear at people in Italian. That's about it.
Oh, Mum used to.
Impressive.
Mum taught me how to swear in Afrikaans, but I don't remember.
No, yeah, I'm sure Dad's done that before.
Oh, he's done it so many times. I don't remember. Like, if I hear it, I'll be like, yeah, that's a swear word.
Yeah.
Like, I can't remember.
Again, yeah, it's because I just don't use it. Like, that's the thing. I was actually learning Afrikaans for like a good 4 months, solidly. I can't remember any of it now. Like, I could read children's books and things like that, but now, bro.
I could navigate around a Spanish-speaking country, probably.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to speak to anyone, but I could at least.
There's a lot of words that are similar, and you can kind of
Yeah.
identify them because they'll look similar to the English words.
Yeah, and also I took Spanish for 3 years in high school.
Yeah.
Retained next to nothing. So,
Well, yeah. See,
but if I saw it, it would come back, kinda. You know.
If I'm in a South African household, I can kind of remember certain words, but Afrikaans people, they speak so damn fast. I'm just kind of
yeah.
Everybody speaks quickly.
I know, but I'm just when I was learning, the people I was learning from was a South African family, and they only speak Afrikaans at home. So every time I went there, I was like, bruh. And they also did it kind of on, even though they do only speak Afrikaans at home anyway, they did also purposely make sure not to speak in English so I would learn.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's good.
But they'd say something to me and I'd be like, what? And she'd be like, you learned this last week. And I'm like, yeah, but you just spoke way too fast. As soon as they slowed down and said each thing individually, I was like, okay, yeah, cool. Yeah. But as a full sentence, I was just words.
It'll blends together.
Yeah.
And you can't figure out the grammar of it.
I'm I think one of those was food, but
yeah.
It's like watching Spanish news broadcasts. They speak so quickly. It's no, I can't.
Filipino people. Oh my God. In high school, this one girl, she her English, she understood English and could speak English and things like that, but she spoke really slowly in English. As soon as she was Filipino, is it?
I assume so.
Yeah. As soon as she spoke Filipino, bro, I've never seen someone's mouth move so fast. It was just, and I was like,
hold up.
what? That doesn't make sense. Anyway, shall we get into today's episode?
Sure.
Should we?
Sorry.
Denied.
Ruined my moment. Hello and welcome to the ZeroFunction Podcast where no brain cells are present. I feel like we haven't said our tagline. Well, you always do, but we don't.
I do.
You say it wrong though.
Do I?
Yeah.
Well, I kind of
Sometimes you mix it up.
I put a spin on it depending on what I'm doing.
I haven't noticed.
I lead in from the cold open.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. You kind of I've just noticed it every time, but yeah, whatever.
I haven't noticed, honestly. But anyway, I am your host today.
So well.
What?
It's because it blends in so well.
Yeah. Well, I'm not that smooth.
It's a natural transition.
Natural.
Professional.
Imagine being professional. Anyway, I'm your host today, Jen, and I am joined with my co-hosts, Conall and Lee.
Saded.
I don't know what I was expecting.
It's different every time.
What did you say?
Yes.
Oh man. And if you were here last week, you'd remember I said I was going to do my episode on like the weird things you find on like Google Earth and Google Maps and things like that. Turns out I couldn't find shit.
Really?
What?
Literally, I don't know what's happened to Google Maps because you used to see some like weird stuff. Do you remember that photo of that like supposed? It was like a image of a dock, and it looked like a blood trail that had been like dragged across the entire dock.
That's
No.
it's digging up some kind of vague recollection.
Also, wouldn't that just be like fish blood trail?
Apparently,
Probably
how
was, yeah.
apparently how it was debunked was it was a trail made by a wet dog. Don't know how much I believe, because like if it was just one patch, I could understand it, but it's like because it's like grass, and then there's the sort of bridge, I guess, and then there's this like hexagon shaped sort of platform. The platform, from what you can see from the aerial thing, the platform's like above the water. So first of all, how did the dog get back onto the platform? Because it doesn't look like it sits, flush.
Right.
And there's no like ladder or anything because there's like a banister around it. So first of all, how did the dog get there? Second of all, it's like a solid like trail from the grass onto the dock, and then there's like a thing. If it was just like one big patch of like dark, I could understand that. But like one wet dog wouldn't make that entire trail. But anyway, that's like the most classic one. They're like, oh, it's like a murder thing, whatever. So that was like the most classic one, which was what kind of like triggered me to like look for these.
This cat is giving me the evil eye.
He's
man.
really in a weird spot. He's got like one paw down. He looks
Hey,
like
this cat
he's
again.
just
He's
like square up, dude.
he just looks mad at me, and now he's mad
Hey,
at you.
Don't look at me.
Yeah,
Shit.
He always just loves me. Yes.
well, it's because you're the only one who lets him climb on you.
He's also
Yeah.
too lazy to like look up. He'll be angry, but he'll be angry like that.
Yeah, you old fuck.
How old is he?
Fat
We
shit.
don't know. He's immortal.
I mean,
My
Mum-
God.
Mum and Dad would probably know because
Yeah.
he's kind of their cat. But
I mean, you guys have had him for as long as I've known you, since it's like
I swear he's
2012.
gonna live forever. Like,
so
Yeah.
it's a good 10 years at least. Yeah.
Yeah, he's at least 10 years old.
Yeah.
Says, oh my God.
Old boy.
And
Damn.
starring what's his name, Josh Brolin, the inferior remake of the superior Japanese film, or was it Chinese? I don't remember.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
what
I
you're on.
also have no
Okay.
idea.
If you the Old Boy, it's a martial arts film.
Yeah.
It's one of those John Wick
course.
style revenge stories. It was originally I don't remember if it was Japanese or Chinese. But yeah, it was originally from one of those countries, and then they did an American remake with Josh Brolin, which was absolutely horrendous.
Oh, no.
So if you're gonna watch Old Boy, watch the original.
Neat.
Yeah.
There you go. But yeah, so I only found like 3 or 4 like kind of weird ones, but there's just not enough information about it because it would show like the photo, and then it would just have. I swear, if you stop that recording,
Panic.
but then it would just have like nothing. Like the one I found weird was the pigeon people of Japanese, of Japan.
Oh, those people. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're weird.
it's like an actual thing. They like there's
They're
like
like a
horse
group.
heads and
I don't
things
know
you can get. Like-
Yes.
Yeah, so same thing, but a pigeon head.
Yes.
And-
Thanks to Jessica Negri, I am well acquainted with the rubber bird heads.
Yeah,
Yes.
Have you seen that?
No, but
Her-
like
Her boudoir shoots that she does. So you know who Jessica Negri is, right?
yeah.
The cosplayer.
Yeah.
Yeah. She
Something's triggering my subconscious to that. But
I think they're Patreon exclusive, but she does what she calls boudoir shoots, which it's like swimsuits, but she's wearing the rubber bird heads,
oh my gosh.
and she does like promo videos for them, and they're amazing.
Honestly, why not? Like,
She does
I'm
the
gonna-
weirdest
I'm gonna
shit
show
sometimes.
you. I love her. She's so weird.
yeah.
It's no, I'm gonna show you one of these videos afterwards
Yeah.
because they're brilliant.
Honestly, like that's probably I wouldn't, but like if I ever made an OnlyFans, I'd probably like do something along those lines. Like,
Yeah.
just make it weird.
Yeah, absolutely.
People
Do it.
pay for weird,
I
unfortunately.
absolutely respect that.
Oh God.
But yeah, so like even with the pigeon people of Japan, like it was only like it gave like a sentence of background. It was just like
Okay, so it's just
It's just a
people
group of-
on
yeah.
the street wearing pigeon heads.
yeah, it's
I
just
think
like
they
a
were
thing.
all staring at the camera as well. From
Yeah.
what I remember.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're literally all
Alright.
just like standing on the street, like
ominously,
staring at the camera.
in a
but
circle, I think. Or something.
oh,
Was it a
they're
circle,
they're
or
in like
was it
two
on one
lines.
side?
Yeah, they're in like two lines, and they're all just like staring at the camera. But like, it wasn't a thing
Yeah.
for Google Maps. They just do that. And I was just like,
Hey,
ah.
Look, I can respect that.
Exactly.
Respect the
They're
hustle,
They're
man.
just
Yeah.
vibing.
But then so I started to be like, okay, let me just find like creepy places you can find on Google Maps. Like, you know how there's like giant pentagrams and things like that in the earth? Like, have you seen those?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I know about the supposed Masonic imagery hidden in DC's road maps, but other
Yeah.
than that,
And
yeah,
there's
that
like
kind of stuff.
there's
Yeah.
like a giant cat. Oh, I think I had it. So, anyway, there's like a giant cat that's been carved into the side of this cliff.
Yeah,
It's like a mile long or something.
Oh my god.
And
That's probably just somebody with too much time on their hands.
yeah, and there's a guy who planted a forest.
Oh yes, I know about that one.
You?
Is this the one in?
excited.
Is it Poland or
Bro, I don't know.
Romania?
Do you know? Wait,
Oh,
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
a
I know what you're thinking about now.
yeah. I think it was a reforestation project.
okay, we're thinking of different things. But anyway, continue.
Okay. It was. Oh boy, I don't.
It was a European country. At
Yeah,
least.
so basically, I don't remember the specifics around it. I'll look it up so we can come back to it. But basically, these trees were planted, and there was two different like variety of tree. So when they like were fully grown, like 20 years later or something, there was like like green trees, forest of green trees, and then from the air, somebody had planted trees that would eventually be yellow in color in the shape of a swastika.
It's real.
Yeah,
Oh,
That
like,
person,
dude,
like shit.
like
Thinking that far ahead.
I'm pretty.
bro.
I'm actually gonna look this
That's
up.
the thing. Like, he wouldn't be able to be around to like see that come to fruition though, because like those like actual like massive trees, they take like what 80 years to grow. That's the thing. I wanted.
Something like that.
I wanted a feijoa
depends.
tree, but apparently from saplings they take 10 years to grow, like full size.
Oh my god.
And I was like, bruh.
That's probably why there's not many around.
Mm.
Like,
But no,
honestly.
my one is this guy, his wife passed away, so he planted an entire forest in the shape of a guitar.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like just different trees and like things in the shape of a guitar to honor his late wife.
That's pretty
like,
cool.
It's cool, but like, bro, how much time? Like,
That's
it looks cool
dedication,
from the
yeah.
air, but like, how much time? And that's the thing. A lot of these would be like very image heavy, and I didn't want to make Conall have to put in all these images.
Oh, I'm gonna make him put this image in.
I've
So-
I've
That's
already
alright.
put it down as a note. Don't
Awesome.
worry.
So
I'm
yeah,
ready.
speaking of looking cool from the air, it's a small town called Zernikow, about 60 miles from Berlin.
Mm-hmm.
So about
Oh,
100 kilometers. Yeah, and they're called larch trees, and
Pleasant name.
yeah, they don't know when they were planted. They reckon it was either like a forest warden who's like real into the Nazi party, or a Hitler Youth project.
Yeah.
You know, like reforestation or whatever.
Could be any.
They only discovered it in 1992 during an aerial survey.
Oh my god.
Let me show you this. Look at this.
It's
We'll put it up. We'll put a picture up on the screen. But look at that.
I mean, to be
qu-
fair,
it's quite well done.
It looks cool, but at the same time, you're like,
60 years.
yeah.
60 years
that's what
that
I'm
went
saying.
undiscovered.
They
amazing.
wouldn't like be able to see their efforts or whatever, because those trees just take
Yeah.
way too long to grow.
so
Mm.
that in Europe, no go. That in Southeast Asia, cool. That's pretty much how it is.
Yeah, there were two efforts in 1995 and 2000 to cut down trees to like make it illegible,
Yeah.
basically. So yeah, but that's just like that's
Oh, so they've done that
master
now.
level trolling. Yeah.
Ah.
I was watching a video.
Yeah, it's gone
and
now.
it was somebody talking to like people in Japan, just like on the street and whatnot, and like a lot of them don't actually know what a swastika is or like what it means,
In
because
Japan.
obviously they haven't really been like educated. Yeah,
Mm.
they're probably trying to avoid it, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Like some of the older people obviously do know, and there was And like in Southeast Asia and like Asian countries, it obviously means something different because
Yeah.
it's like a temple symbol.
Yeah.
Well, I
think
mean, it
I
was
think
a
the
symbol of
Buddhist
it was a
one-
symbol of peace before.
I think
The
it's
war.
a Buddhist symbol
Yeah,
or a
that
Hindu.
sounds about right. Yeah.
And yeah, and there was some like trend or something going on in Japan where they would make the shape with their hands for like I can't remember what it was. They would just make the shape with their hands and it had a completely different meaning. And it was just something that the kids were doing, like the teenagers.
Oh.
And it's like they had no idea.
Yeah, see, that's what
I'm trying and
I
it's
was
not
like,
working.
I was like,
Yeah,
okay, you can do
I,
those.
Like I don't
Oh,
really
like
want to
with the actual like the
yeah,
actually,
full
okay,
full
all right.
arms.
Oh.
I think you can with, but I'm not gonna do that.
yeah.
Yeah, no.
Like, I found it so weird. I was like,
Bruh.
shit. Okay.
Well, that's the thing. Like before the war, you can find. Well, I mean, obviously not now, but like you could find so many different like lunchboxes and things like that. It had swastikas and things like that all over it because it was a symbol of peace.
Yeah.
And then Hitler was like, "Hey,
That's
that looks
fine.
yeah." And then so
Cool
from then
symbol.
on, everything's like, we gotta get rid of
Yeah.
that.
Let's
Yeah,
not.
Germany is real aggressive about that stuff these days. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
like everyone is taught in school about about the war and about like
The big no.
like nationalism and all that and the history of the country basically, and yeah, all like Nazi related imagery and stuff like that is prohibited. Like it's illegal.
Yeah.
Are you guys gonna watch the new season of Attack on Titan?
I will eventually.
I haven't even started it.
I will when it fully comes out.
It's on my
probably.
list.
Okay, well, like semi-spoilers, just not like
Right.
full spoilers, but semi-spoilers. It's got like very heavy imagery of like Germany and Jew,
Oh,
like
no.
and like
Okay.
you know
I
how
mean, that's not
like you
surprising
know how
the
they
way
had to
it's
like
set
the
up.
Jews had to wear armbands and things like that.
Yes.
Like that's in the new season.
Oh yeah, I know what
Hmm.
that's related to.
Yeah, and like
Okay.
how like the inferior race and things like that. Like the first 4 episodes in, I was like, so like it's
Yeah.
like very heavy, and like they have a certain like area.
A ghetto.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have
It
like
gets real intense.
so-
Yeah.
I've read some of the manga stuff. Yeah.
yeah.
It's insane.
It's like essentially the same. like
Okay. So yeah, I have no context for that,
yeah,
but yeah, I'm
it
assuming
gets
Just-
heavy.
yeah,
like
you would know.
Attack on Titan at the start, you're like, wow, look at all this gore. That's pretty rough.
yeah.
Attack on Titan later, like, oh my god.
Like the newest season, I'm actually not fond of the newest season just because of the character developments. But like when I was watching it, I was like, bruh, this like it's almost a different anime completely.
Yeah,
like,
I'm not surprised by
It's
that.
almost completely different to the rest of the anime, and I'm kind of just like, what am I watching now? But like, I wanted to keep watching it to see where it ends, but at the same time, I'm just kind of like, bruh, I don't know if I can do this.
I don't
Yeah.
know about this, Chief.
Yeah, but anyway,
yes.
we're going to get finally only 18 minutes in.
did,
We're
you,
actually
did you have a topic?
I did.
Okay, all right.
Funny
let's go.
enough, I did find
go.
one because these are I see like clips of these on TikTok all the time, and I'm just like, you know what? I always want to like find these stories and things like that. So today we are going over some stories from Reddit, and it's "Am I the asshole?"
Oh, boy.
No.
Yep.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
All right.
Oh man, I did try to find some like funny ones and things like that, but I'm not gonna lie. I feel like most of these are just gonna be like ones to debate about.
Yeah, I see these pop up all the time.
Yeah. They
Like,
really interest me. I'm just like, wow, like
Sometimes
I-
it's like, what the hell, man?
I never actually like seek out the sub.
yeah.
It
I
kinda just,
neither.
It kind of shows
Yeah.
up, and you're like,
yeah.
what?
I see the TikToks about them, and I'm like, wow, that's really cool. I like those. But on actual Reddit, I've never like bothered going through it.
Yeah.
I didn't even know there was a whole subreddit for it.
Oh yeah.
It's quite large, I think.
Slash am I the asshole?
It means the asshole.
2.8 million
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
It's quite
followers.
a big
What do
one.
you call it?
Yep.
Followers.
Yeah, that's right.
It says 2.8 million potential arseholes, 69,000 judging you right now.
Oh no.
Is that how many people are like active on the Reddit right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the
Yeah.
subreddit
69,000.
thing.
Shit. That's a lot of people to be on that Reddit right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Well,
I
that-
don't
that's
know
like-
if it's especially the subreddit or people who is it people who subscribe to it but are just
the-
on Reddit
the-
or looking
the-
at the subreddit.
No, the 2.8 million is the people who actually follow it and
Yeah.
get updates from it on their feed. And the 69,000 will be people who are just on the subreddit page
Right.
at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Nice.
Um,
All right, what do we got?
Right, so they're quite long, so I am going to try and paraphrase.
Yes.
This one, I can just imagine my family doing something along these lines.
Oh,
So,
God.
am I the arsehole for not returning my rings to my dead husband's family? So, Daniel and I were married for 1.5 years, together for 7. I received an engagement ring, a wedding ring, and an eternity band from him, which was a 1-year marriage anniversary gift. Daniel died in an accident at the beginning of the year, and I haven't had much contact with the family since the funeral 6 months ago. Yesterday, my ex-sister-in-law messaged me on Facebook. She wants me to return all the rings to them, as they say Daniel paid for them, and because he has died, they belong to the family. My mother-in-law has also told me to do this. I've given them back all his childhood stuff that he had, along with the photos I had before I met him. The rings are deeply sentimental to me. They remind me of the best time in my life. I'd give them my husband's wedding ring, but he was buried with it. Am I the arsehole if I don't give them my rings? Because we didn't have children, I guess I am no longer family.
Bruh.
No.
No. No.
No, not the asshole.
Right?
No, they're not his rings. They're her rings. He gave them to her. They belong to her. The family has no claim to them.
And they're like the equivalent of a gift, but with more emotional attachment. So they technically are
And he was
owned by her.
He was literally buried with his wedding ring.
Yeah.
So surely you could keep that connection.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as I read this one, I was just like, bro, are you joking? Like, the fact that there's people, could you imagine, like, yeah, for the sister-in-law, like, your brother's died, like, that's, like, a real shame. But, like, to go to his wife and be like, you're not his wife anymore because he's dead, like, that's...
Give me your valuables.
No, I can't.
No, that's
I can't even
I
fathom
think-
that.
And
No.
the way it seems to be portrayed, it's like they probably just want the rings to sell.
Yeah,
maybe.
she said there was a part I actually missed in this. It says, I don't know if they want them to keep them or to sell them because in total their combined value is 19,000.
Yeah. No, it definitely sounds like they want to sell it.
They're
Yeah.
her rings. They belong to her.
Yeah.
Right? I did.
Lawyer up.
She linked a photo of the eternity band. The eternity band is like I don't know if it's white gold or silver, but it looks like white gold, and it's just diamonds like all the way around.
Oh.
So
Yeah, that's probably why they want them.
yeah, I was like, bro, no.
As in all things, get a lawyer on retainer.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
she goes on to like say like she feels bad for like being so rude to them, and I was just like, dude, they're your rings. They're trying to take your rings.
Yeah.
And they're pretty much saying like you're not family anymore. Like we don't have connection to you.
How does one go about getting a lawyer?
Honestly, I don't know.
Not for anything specific, but just like,
Just in general.
to have a lawyer available. Yeah.
Well, because that's the thing. They're like, oh, I need to contact my lawyer. Like,
Yeah.
like my parents have an attorney.
Do you have to pay like?
I mean, that's kind of the same
I
thing.
wonder
I
if you
guess.
have to pay a
Yeah.
consistent rate or only when you call them.
I think it's just like someone who's familiar with you and your situation. So if something does come up,
Yeah.
Well, same with, is it your attorney who does your taxes? Who does your taxes?
an accountant.
Accountant, that's the word I was looking
Yeah.
for.
my employer does my taxes.
That's the thing. Z at
Very
work, she
great.
was like, have you done your taxes? And I was like, bro, no.
What?
Does she mean tax return? Or?
I don't know. She just asked me if I'd done my taxes. And I was like,
She's probably talking about the tax return,
I mean,
Probably.
I know in America, you have to do your own individual taxes.
which is absurd
Yeah.
in every single way.
Yeah.
And dumb.
maybe she was talking about, but still, point being, I still don't do my tax returns because my mum's, well, I think I need to start doing them this year because my mum's my parents' accountant used to just do mine and my sister's all together. Like with but I think because I'm over 21 now, I think I have to start doing them.
I've never done a
Myself.
tax return.
Right? She was like, whoa, you must be owed like so much money. And I was like, I don't think so.
Probably not. I think I would owe money because I haven't changed my tax code
Yeah.
since I started working, and my wages have gone up. So
Yeah.
I probably owe money to IRD.
Yeah, could you imagine we're all just like tax frauds and we're like,
Not intentionally.
sorry, I was never taught.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah.
They don't teach this shit in school.
I definitely don't owe any because one time I got a tax return. It was like $500. I'm like,
Bro.
Shit.
I actually I got a tax return last year of like 78 cents, and I was like, ooh.
although
Cool.
mine this year was literally like 13 cents. I'm like,
Sounds
so
about
sad. Honestly, I was
What were
hoping.
you doing that you got $500 back? See, that's the thing.
I think it was during the transitionary period between NZ Post and the shop.
Ah,
so
okay.
like stuff was a bit weird there.
Yeah.
So it was like,
See, that's the thing with tax returns. Like, when you do get a return, it's like, whoa, money. But then it's also like, why was I overpaying all this? Why am I getting a return?
yeah, a little weird.
Yeah.
Oh, well, at least you get it.
I guess so,
And
yeah.
you don't really have to think about it. It just happens.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's
Right.
like, I've always just kind of waited to get the email of, like, here's your tax return.
I mean, you can just go look at the website.
Yeah, but... Actually,
Have
no.
you checked this year?
Well, I'm pretty sure that's, like, the one I got of, like... Oh, no, that was last year. I don't know. I'll get to it eventually, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. I found out that my bank was still registered to my address in Auckland.
Oh.
Because when
Jeez.
I went to get a new card, I just did it through the app, and I was like, wow, that was so easy. And they were like, yeah, it should come within 3 to 5 days. And then 3 to 5 days later, I was like, right, it hasn't arrived. And they were like, oh, no, it's been sent to 108, and I was like,
That makes sense.
I don't live there, and I haven't lived there for the past, like, 3 years.
You're one of those people.
Yeah, I just
changed their addresses.
Well, I didn't know it had been changed in the first place.
I'm always real careful with that.
Yeah.
But probably about a month ago, my vehicle registration it lapsed.
Yeah.
And I re-registered it beforehand, but because the post office kept being closed whenever I went to do it,
Oh.
I did it online,
Yeah.
and it took like over a week for them to mail it out, and I started getting concerned that it was going to our old address,
Yeah.
because I didn't know if I'd changed my mailing address or
Right.
not. It did eventually turn up here, but it was like, have I changed that? Because I think my personal details at work still list that old address,
Yeah.
because I haven't been to HR to change it.
Yeah.
Too lazy.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah. Well, I keep forgetting.
Well,
Just a lot of
I bought wigs online, which was like valued $100, and I accidentally sent them to Auckland. Went
God.
back to my old address to be like, hey, because I said like, oh, has the package arrived? And they're like, yeah, no, it's here, it's cool. But like that place I lived in, it's a 6-bedroom house, and it's just rented by 6 different people.
Yeah.
And I got there, went to like the only guy that was still there from when I was living there. And I told him, I was like, hey, can you put my package in your room and then I can come and collect it? He left it on the table. First of all, they're wigs. Who's going to steal wigs, first of all? Second of all, I like went in and he was like, oh yeah, no, we had a flat inspection yesterday. They're not here anymore. And I also messaged the landlord and I was like, hey, this package arrived. I'm going to come and collect it. And he literally just straight up was like, talk to the people who live there. I'm not going there. And I was like, cool, thanks. And so I just never got my wigs again because I forgot to change my address. I was so gutted.
So
I
you
even
just sold them or something.
honestly, yeah. And but I messaged the
sucks.
company and I was like, hey, I never received the wigs. And they were like, no, we delivered them. That's your fault. And I was, which it is, but I was like hoping they'd just take pity on me and be like, here you go.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yikes.
All right. What's next?
What's that say? Ah. Okay.
All right.
Panic.
Jen just showed Conall something on her phone.
Yes.
What is this?
Do you remember that name?
Okay. Yes.
So I was just like, oh. Anyway, moving on.
All right.
Right. Would I be the arsehole if my partner and I asked our friend not to wear an animal onesie to our wedding?
Alright.
Well, hold on. Say it again. My brain did not register that.
Would I be the arsehole if my partner and I asked our friend not to wear an animal onesie to our wedding?
Okay, so I
Let's just unpack that for a second.
I refuse to judge it on the title alone. Like, I'm gonna need details.
This is too
Because
weird to just.
if
be
they're
like,
even
what?
if they're even asking that question on the subreddit, there's there's definitely something going on there
Yeah.
that I need to know before I make a judgment.
Okay, so it says, "Hi folks, I'm 27 male getting married to my fiance, 25 female, in a couple months. We've worked really hard to put this together and basically no support from our families. We're super excited and setting out to have a semi-formal party with our closest friends and family, so about less than 50 people.
Right.
We have a friend who's really outspoken, loud, warm, energetic, wonderful person. We have already invited her and absolutely want her at the wedding. The only issue is she has basically been wearing an animal onesie basically 24/7 for the last few months to a year. In everyday life as well, fiance and I have no issue with this. We're super open and accommodating to her and people's feelings and needs. Just for the wedding, however, we would like everyone to be in a semi-formal outfit. We're not sure if she would insist on wearing it to the wedding, but what we do know is she has worn it to events that it's not appropriate for, specifically another friend's bachelorette party. We also know that she gets super defensive about it if someone brings it up and comments on it. We're not sure why she's so attached to this outfit and has been super cagey about wearing it she's been super cagey about it when we've brought it up in past conversations. Would I be the arsehole if I gently tried to convince her to wear appropriate clothing to our wedding?"
What the fuck? That is something. Like,
Also,
Okay. Yeah, are there any addendums to that?
no, but if you're 27 male and your fiance's 25 female, I'm assuming this person's going to be around the age of like 22 to 28 sort
Like
of thing.
mid-20s kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
so it
What are
probably
you doing wearing an animal? All I thought of was like, because I've got like a giraffe onesie.
Are they going to work in that?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Why? What?
Yeah, she's worn it
Oh my god.
24/7 for the last few months to a year.
Does she wash it?
Does she have multiple?
I was going to
Oh my
say
gosh.
she probably has several in circulation.
all that is in the wardrobe is just onesies. Oh god. This is
See, like the animal onesies I can think of, like my one's like super baggy, like comfortable. How are you doing anything in that? Like wearing pajama pants out in public, I'm like, I could never.
No, I see those people who go to the supermarket in pajamas and
The
like,
closest I will get is wearing my Uggs. But like
yeah.
those have like a hard sole, so they're like almost shoes.
Yeah, but like pajamas and slippers and dressing gowns, like
Nah.
no.
It's so weird.
Put
though.
some actual
Yeah.
clothes on. You're out in public. Have
Yeah.
some dignity.
Only time I've ever gone out in my pajamas, but I'll put like a hoodie on, is if I'm going through like a drive-through where I don't have to get out of the car.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's fair.
I'll cop to having done that a couple
Yeah.
of times, like driving somewhere.
Yeah, but if I have to get out, no, you won't catch me in my
Yeah.
pajamas.
Definitely.
Those are for home and home alone.
Hmm.
But yeah, no, she's just been wearing an animal onesie.
I'm gonna say
But yeah, it says
not
we're
the arsehole.
Yeah, it says
Nah.
we're not sure why she's so attached to this outfit, but she gets super like defensive about it when they bring it up in conversation. Maybe
Honestly-
it's just like a coping mechanism from something.
Yeah, I'm gonna say there's probably something undiagnosed
Yeah.
going on there, or maybe something that they just don't know about. I'm gonna say not the arsehole. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's reasonable that you would want her to wear regular clothes at least.
It's just how you
To
go
a wedding?
about making that happen. I would say.
Yeah, just the way that it's written, it sounds like the poster is not OP is is not going to be like super put out if they insist on wearing it.
Yeah.
So like I'm going to say, just ask.
Just do it.
It's it's not going to hurt,
Yeah.
and
Could you imagine she pulled out of the wedding just because like
Nah,
oh,
shows up in a onesie, like
Shows up in a-
tuxedo
shows
onesie
up
or
in
something.
a penguin onesie?
Yeah.
like honestly, I would be fine with that.
Oh yeah.
Like we
A
talked
penguin onesie and a nice belt.
like we talked about weddings a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Like
Mm.
if someone just showed up in a onesie, like I wouldn't even be mad.
Yeah.
Like just like go for it. I don't
Yeah.
care.
See, like honestly, yeah, if
Quite
they
humorous.
put on like a penguin onesie or something like that, like I could get the joke. But if they just showed up in like again like a giraffe onesie or like a turtle onesie, I'd kind of be like,
At
I'd be
least,
fine.
at least make a little effort.
yeah,
Oh no, because it's just so ridiculous that it's like, okay, I can respect that.
See, it also depends who they are in your wedding. Because if they're part of the
Yes.
bridal party, get out.
No, no. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
If they're part of the bridal party, you don't have a say. No, No.
No, I will have my entire groom's party in different themed animal one, just different themed onesies.
God.
Yes, absolutely. Holy shit, yes. That's amazing.
I can't even imagine this. I haven't even worn a onesie before.
Really?
No, neither.
No.
Oh, they're so comfy. You need,
Okay.
like, I would say get the one with the butt flap, though. Because it do be getting cold when you need to pee in the middle of the night and you just have to, like, fully undress and you're like, cool.
Yeah, not that a butt flap would really help us, but okay.
Yeah.
Well, well, like,
It'd be a bit of a effort. I don't know. No. Just
Well, so, yeah,
maybe
you
Oh
the
my
guys,
ones that have like a
you guys are
front flap.
fine. You guys are
Aye.
fine with just the zipper because you can just unzip
Oh.
it. But
I guess. Yeah, but then you're gonna be cold up there. Yeah,
no, because you can still have it on. You just unzip it.
It's just gonna be annoying. Too much work, man.
Mind you,
like,
I will say like sometimes when I'll put on like my onesie like after a bath or something.
Mm.
But then you know how like you get really warm. Like I have really hot baths, so I'm always quite warm after a bath. So I'll end up like wearing a t-shirt and then just tying my onesie around my waist. Like it's kind like intentionally pointless. Like there's no point, but like I just feel comfort in a onesie.
Yeah. It's like
Okay.
Yeah.
it's like wearing a play suit or something and having to go to the bathroom in public.
Oh my god. So
I knew that would get you.
I went to a show. This was like the worst of the worst. I went to a show, on Wednesday night, right? And it's been
Yep.
cold as shitballs here recently, like super cold.
Well, it's been down to like 3 or 4 degrees at night.
Which is
You
very
do not-
unusual
You
here.
do not know my struggle. I don't know why I did this to myself, but okay, so it was super.
I finished work at like 9 p.m. latest. I mean earliest.
Yeah.
I know how cold it's been.
Yeah, but no,
My-
I'm talking
my
about
shift-
the play suit thing.
My shift time is changing. I have a 9:30 start now. It's amazing.
Are you a morning
I start
person?
on Monday. Not particularly, but I just want to be able to do things at night.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, fair enough.
You will enjoy it. I
Yeah.
can
6 o'clock
guarantee you
finish. It's gonna be so good.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, please
But
continue.
yeah, so I had 2 pairs of thermal pants
Right.
because, they weren't thermal pants. They were like thermals, but kind of like summer thermals, I
Yeah,
guess.
I think I can see where
Skins.
this is going.
They weren't skins. They were like cotton sort of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like cable knit kind of.
Yeah.
In between.
Yeah. So 2 pairs of those on to stay warm because the play suit I wanted to wear was obviously shorts.
Sorry, I'm just looking at this freaking cat.
Yeah, it's like face
Very
in
odd.
the dude. You can just see his head. Just
I'm gonna take a picture of this so you can put it up.
Just flopped over.
Sorry, continue.
But yeah, so I had 2 pairs of those on, a thermal shirt, which I guess doesn't really matter, but like the play suit. Then, because my play suit is like a little bit too wide for me, because I have to get like a size up because I've got quite a long torso.
Yes.
So if I get my actual size, it's either like way too short here or like way too low here.
Right.
So size up. So I was like, I need a belt. So I wore this harness, and then I had a jacket on top of that because obviously cold as shit.
Yes.
As soon as we were about to leave, I had to pee. And I was like, oh no. Oh dear.
So it begins.
Jacket off, hang it up somewhere, harness off, had to like fully undo that. Play suit is like it had like a long zip in the back. So first I had to try and like pull it up, unzip, and then pull it down. Try and get that down. Then 2 pairs of pants. It was a mission. And then obviously like because I had to like pee when I was at the theatre, so
Yes.
I had to do that all over again. And we went to a bathroom behind stage because at halftime, everyone goes to the bathroom. The women's line was like insanely long.
Yeah.
But because Mum and Shemaine had been working
don't go drink.
backstage, we
Don't go
got to
drink.
go back into the backstage bathrooms. I didn't know where I was as well. And because I had to do that whole fiasco, I said like, hey, can you wait for me? Because I don't know where I'm going to get back. Nobody waited. Because they just
Fuck's sake.
assumed I was out already. And I was like, do you see this? I told you it was going to take a minute.
Awesome.
Fuck's
So
sakes.
I was just in the backstage area with all the cast and crew who were kind of like looking at me like, you've never been here before.
You're not
And
supposed to be here.
I was just kind of like, excuse me, what's the way back to the theatre? And they kind of looked at me like, how did you get down here? Because we had to be let in through like a key card.
Yeah.
Right.
So I was just kind of like going my way through. Everyone's trying to get ready for the second half of the show. And I'm like, sorry, excuse me. You're doing great.
Oh, no.
I was not
That
having a
hurts me
good time,
inside.
man. Oh, man.
Getting stuck in unknown places is like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anxiety overload.
Bro,
Oh my
it's-
god.
It's no. No.
I don't think I've ever fully had that though. I mean, I just don't like crowds at all. I hate crowds. Like, the biggest crowds I've been in is probably like Armageddon.
Yeah.
And they're like, it's alright because when we were at the stadium one, the Wellington Stadium, it was just like a ring, so you just follow the flow pretty
Yeah.
much. That was pretty good. But when you're in like a
Auckland ones is kind of
Square
like a line. They're all like kind of booths set up like that.
yeah,
Have you ever
I-
been to the TSB Stadium when like the Women's Expo or something like that's been on? Yeah.
Yeah, we've been to
Yeah.
the Crafts Expo.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. So
Crafts.
that's kind of Armageddon's kind of set in Auckland. It's kind of set up
yeah.
similar
It's
to
not
that.
too
I've-
cramped though.
I've
There's
been
not
to-
enough people really
Yeah.
though.
I've been to Armageddon in Auckland.
Oh,
I,
yeah.
I prefer it to Wellington. I don't like the ring setup that they have because it's in a sports stadium, so it's all the like concession area
Yeah.
is where all the
Yeah.
booths are set up. Yeah, don't like it.
I haven't been to the Wellington
it's
one,
just
but
like it's unique and it works, but it's just a weird setup to
Yeah.
me.
Palmy's getting an Armageddon.
Yeah, I saw that.
Palmy.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of excited because if it's good, it'd be so much easier to go to that one. You know, only a 3-hour
Yeah,
drive
sure.
instead of 4.5. Like,
Yeah.
I am keen, and
Yeah.
Levy lives there, so I'll have a place to stay too.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
unfortunately, we're going up to Auckland for a 21st that weekend. So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yikes.
but I think we have committed to going to Auckland later in the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many Armageddons are there in a year?
Auckland, Tauranga, Wellington, Palmy, which is
Yeah.
just this year.
So there was
a lot.
3. They used to have one in Hamilton. That was
Dunedin.
quite good. Dunedin, yes.
Yeah,
Or is it Christchurch?
one of the two.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So they have 4. They have 4 and now 5.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. They used to have one in Hamilton before they did Tauranga,
Oh, really?
and Hamilton was quite good. That was quite a good venue.
Oh, that would be great.
And it was only
2.5-hour drive.
Yeah, it was only like a day
Yeah,
trip.
we
It
went
was
there
great.
once, didn't we?
Yeah. Yeah, we did.
I vaguely remember that one. Yeah.
Mm.
Remember.
Yeah, I've
Brenda
only ever
Wiki.
gone to Auckland, and that was in 2019. My first day there, I dressed up as corpse bride. I regretted it so much. So many people stood on my dress.
Yeah.
I had to end up just like carrying, because I was in like, you know, the full wedding dress. Like
Yeah.
I cosplayed this shit. Bruh, but I was in New Plymouth. I'd flown to Auckland. I got back to my place at 11, and I had to get ready by 11:30 to drive to the stadium to get there for 11:45. I've never cosplayed so quickly. I'm so glad I like pre-did the dress, but I was doing all like my makeup and things like that.
Yeah.
And then yeah, it turns out everyone was just standing on my dress. I was also the only one of my friends in cosplay. Everyone else just turned up like normal.
Oh, jeez.
And I was like,
that's why
cool.
you need a costume buddy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So I have an armor buddy for my ODST suit.
yeah. Wait, so
'Cause-
you guys are going to Auckland, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
because
will.
Danny assumed we were all going together. She's like, oh yeah, you and me are going to be doing most of the driving, and I was like, we're going?
Yeah, let's go.
Hell yeah,
do
I'm
it.
keen. I'm so keen.
Getting dragged.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Let's do it.
Yeah, but
Yes.
then I was also like, Conall's got his full license. He can drive.
Well, Danny has hers now too. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
So yeah,
Panic.
she is my armor buddy because I can't put it on by myself, and
Yeah.
when the helmet's on, I have limited visibility. So
That's
yeah.
the one thing about I want to
And
build
hearing.
so many cosplays, but a lot of like how to make patterns and things like that. What I've seen is like you pretty much like glad wrap yourself and then duct tape, and then you can
Duct
draw
tape
the
dummy,
pattern. Yeah. How the fuck do they do that? Like I've tried it once because I tried to make a like sort of mannequin shape of myself, but
Yeah.
I had to get Shmaine to help me, and she did not do good. Like it had like bubbles everywhere, and it was essentially useless.
Nice.
So I'm like,
you want to find a proper dressmaker or seamstress to help you.
well, see, I want to get a dressmaker's mannequin, but they're like $200.
Oh yeah,
like,
I've looked into it. They're freaking expensive.
yeah. So then the duct tape is the cheaper option. But then I'm like, how doth one do that for themselves?
Spotlight. I have been looking for fabrics for a nice Spartan undersuit from Halo. Yeah. Spotlight finally has some nice,
God.
like, synthetic-y, patterned-looking
Oh,
fabrics, and
nice.
it's like
Spotlight's
they're so expensive. It's
Yeah.
like $25 a meter, and
Shit.
I want.
Spotlight's
I
so
want-
expensive. Like
Yeah.
that's
Spotlight
why.
like our only fabric.
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah.
Really
It's
does, so.
essentially yeah. Like I bought some like earring studs off them to like make my own like earrings and things like that,
Mm.
and I think it was like $10 for 50 pieces, and then I went on to AliExpress, and for 100 pieces it was at like $1.50, and I was like, cool, sick, I'm gonna go there.
Yeah. Good idea.
Yeah, it's it's nuts. But Spotlight used to have a really really good like discard bin, like you know bargain bin sort of thing,
Yeah.
and I used to find so many bits of fabric and things like that. Now they you get fabric in there like maybe once or twice a week or something.
Yeah.
Like the rest of it's just kind of like buttons and
I don't think I've
things.
ever seen the discard bin.
Well, that's the thing. They kind of did away with it, but I used to be like dumpster diving and that shit. I was like, hell yeah, I don't know what I need
Fair
this
enough.
for, but it's pretty. Let's take it. Like, it's 50 cents. Why not?
Yeah.
But yeah.
That shit.
Anyway,
Losing my mind.
the next story.
Yes.
Right. I've realized
Hit
a
it.
lot of these, they're not actually the assholes. I've realized I've got a lot of those ones. Actually, I'll quickly divert from this one, and this is one that I kind of think they are the asshole. I didn't save it, but I kind of remember the vague basis.
All right.
So it was, am I the asshole for moving my roommate out while they were at work? So this person packed up all of their roommate stuff and like put it in boxes and just left it out the front door while the roommate was at work.
Okay.
Turns out the roommate was like incredibly grotty and like would not clean, like to the point where they ended up with cockroaches, and they used to blame it on their like mental health because they used to take meds. I probably would be able to find it. I'll keep talking, but and she stopped taking her meds because she said that she couldn't afford it, but apparently she like eats out every single day. Okay, I can't find it.
You know, that's pretty scummy.
So yeah,
Yeah.
they eat out every single day, but they say they can't afford meds. They were like real good friends, but as soon as she came off her meds, she kind of became like a different person,
Yeah.
sort of thing. And so if she'd leave stuff around and she'd blame it on like being spacey or whatever, wouldn't clean, wouldn't do anything. Like I said, to the point where they got cockroaches. So she just like decided. One day she snapped. Oh, she used to leave her like insulin needles everywhere,
Oh.
and they have a
Okay, yeah.
cat.
No, that's a deal breaker.
Yeah, they have a cat that would like find them, play with them, whatever, and be like shit.
Yeah.
So yes, one day her and her partner or something, while the roommate was at work, because she tried to ask her to like move out, leave, whatever, and she just didn't. So they just packed up all her stuff and out the front door while she was at work. That one I'm really like half and half about because I'm like. Yeah, but at the same time, while they're at work is pretty scummy.
ETA, everyone's the asshole.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
That's one of the judgment options on the subreddit. Yes.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
I reckon
Yep.
so,
It's not the asshole.
that's
You're the
nasty.
asshole. No one's the asshole, and everyone's the asshole.
See, yeah, I didn't go that far into the subreddit.
Yeah, that's rank. Like shit.
Yeah. Well, which part? Moving them out or the roommate?
The roommate.
Oh, okay.
That's fucking disgusting.
Because yeah, that's the thing. Like, if I was that roommate, like the disgusting one, like I think I'd still be like, even at that, I'd still be pretty pissed to find all my stuff outside. But
Yeah.
at the same time, I deserve it.
Yeah.
It's still kind of like not. It's like the
a lot of
best
time,
of a shit situation.
Yeah, but a lot of time people like that, they don't really realize what they're doing.
Yeah, they're
is
not
shit,
aware of.
and they think
being
they're in
the
the
asshole.
right. So it's like, no, yeah.
Okay, that was a quick segue one, but this is what I was actually going to read. Am I the asshole for refusing to give my family free veterinary treatment for their animals?
I mean, just straight up, I'm going to say no. No.
Because other workers need to be supported and whatnot.
Yeah.
At
A lot of the
the
time, you should be
workplace.
charging extra for family. Like,
Why?
because they're family.
They're supporting you
Yeah.
and your job.
You know what? Fair enough. But okay, it says, a few years ago, I qualified as a vet and I worked really hard on various surgeries. This year, I finally got my perfect job as an independent-owned vet practice who doesn't charge over the odds for treatment and generally is just an amazing place to work for. When I started there, I happened to mention that to my mum that I could start helping her out with vet bills as the owner allows us to give free family and discounted vet treatment at our discretion depending on the situation. I shouldn't have picked this topic. I can't read for shit.
It's all right. Keep going.
Okay. For example, when it comes to personal time for a consultation or surgery, we can give that away for free, but when it comes to medication, we can charge the minimum cost of that price. My mum has a large breed dog and lost her job due to COVID, so vet bills were a massive worry for her, but I'm glad to be in the position where I could help her with this. I didn't tell her to keep it to herself because I thought it was kind of obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Last week, my aunt rescued a dog from an online advert that's been riddled with health problems, and she said she would be bringing it to me for the treatment, and I told her no problem. After the consultation, I told her what it would cost, and I would only charge her the cost of the medications needed and nothing for my time. She looked surprised and asked me why there was a charge. I told her I should really be charging something for my time, but since it was a rescue dog, I was happy to see her free this time. She reluctantly paid, but later phoned my mum saying how money hungry I've become since becoming a vet.
Oh, no.
My mum is deeply disappointed in me and thinks I should be putting family before money. A couple of family members are saying I've ruined their plans to get animals now because they can't afford the vet treatment otherwise. I've had to apologise to my boss for everything that happened with my aunt, but he just laughed and said he knows what family can be like. I can't help but feel like an arsehole, as though I didn't make it clear from the start that I didn't want everyone knowing about this free treatment.
Yeah, no, not the arsehole. What the fuck?
Once again,
because
I feel like this is something my family would do.
I'm assuming you were saying it was like with the medication, it was saying like the base cost. I'm assuming like what they pay the supplier to buy it, so they're
At
not
cost, yeah.
so that they're net zero.
Yeah.
So they're neither losing or making money. So
Yeah.
it's like, yeah.
So that's literally just keeping a business going. That's not even making profit.
Yeah.
It's just keeping things going.
Yeah,
which makes sense.
If you can't afford, or if you can't afford to care for an animal, or don't have the time to care for an animal, don't get an animal.
Even if
Don't count on possibly getting free, healthcare as the
the sentence of
absurd.
a couple of family members of saying I've ruined their plans to get animals now because
Yeah.
they can't afford the free. That's not your problem.
Yeah, no.
Like
No.
there are thousands upon thousands of dogs, cats, and like everything that needs saving. I'm not gonna go and save them all and just like be like, hey mum, look, I found another rescue. Can you pay for the treatment?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Takes a lot of work, especially dogs.
Yeah.
They take a lot more. Cats are a bit easier. But
Yeah, cats chill.
shit.
Like
My
look at it.
God.
Look at it.
Like
Yeah.
what,
This cat
is
is
it?
just out to it.
So one of the guys who used to work at work, he's like the area manager for TAP, which is like the Taranaki Animal Protection Trust or whatever. He has like 40 goddamn cats in his house that he's looking after.
Damn.
And
Yeah.
as far as we know, because we did look this up once, there is no limit on how many animals you can have in a
I
household,
think
a property.
I think it might be like of bigger animals. Like I feel like dogs might have a limit.
Dogs, I think when it hits 3, I think you have to apply to the council to have a third dog.
3 or 4. Yeah, I think dogs.
Yeah.
Cats probably because they can just come and
Yeah.
go as they please. But yeah, because we did look that up. But I was like,
Sorry,
What
no.
was that?
No, you just unlocked a memory. You remember?
memory unlocked.
No, okay. So the three of us all did cadets together, right?
Yeah.
And do you remember skills training
Yeah.
when we would go down to
The ginger cat.
Hey, no,
Oh,
no. This is. Well, I mean, I don't know about that, but
what was his name? Wait, like Corporal. So we had
Corporal-
a group chat.
Yeah, no, there
We had a
was
group chat
something.
for this fucking cat. Every time we went there, this ginger cat would like follow us. Corporal, like Lieutenant Snuggles or something.
Yeah, it was something.
all right.
fucking dumb.
Yeah, not where I was going with that, but interesting.
that was a thing. So,
Okay.
So,
Okay, so
Bro,
no,
kids are weird, man.
no, but did you guys ever go down to Balsam Park for training?
yes, we went down there a lot.
So they would have been on Sunday mornings, yeah?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Was the dog walker there?
The dog walker.
There was this woman.
Sounds ominous.
There was this woman who would show up every like couple of weeks when we were down there, because we didn't always go there for training. But
We did. We went there like almost every weekend.
No, geez, yeah, we kind of split time between there and the office.
Yeah.
Sometimes we went to
stuff.
the firehouse.
Mm.
We never went there. No.
Really?
No.
I'm so glad I
Because
missed the training where you guys went up Paratutu.
We went up Paratutu with jerry cans full of water. There was 3 of us.
Holy shit.
I went
Yeah.
there.
That's fucking dangerous.
Yeah.
What?
Yep.
I
We
went up
did-
there
we
for
didn't
the
go to the railing bit, obviously.
No,
but,
okay.
like,
That's all right.
we went to the start of like
Yeah.
the middle railing bit.
Okay, that's all right then. That's okay.
That's a
I can.
little-
I can.
yeah.
can
I
deal
went up
with
there
it.
for the
better.
first time, beginning of this year, end of last year, something like that. I almost died just carrying myself.
Seriously?
Yeah, bro, I'm so unfit. I'm so unfit.
Oh, I love.
It's so good though, because I went up there with an asthmatic, so we were both dying. It's okay,
No, I love it. They're kind of like
bro.
Oh, I have a mate who does actual mountain climbing, and he's scrambling. That's what it's called. When it's like it's not proper climbing, but it's kind of steep, and you're it is like rock climbing, but not at a vertical. It's
Yeah.
like, you know, that kind of 45-degree
Yeah.
angle. It's called scrambling, and I love it. It's so much fun.
That
Like,
just reminds me.
it's not particularly dangerous. It's just fun.
That just reminds me of like when you're a kid and you run up the stairs on like your hands and knees. Like,
I still do that.
I also still do
That is
that
not limited to
sometimes.
being a kid. I still do that.
That's just all I could think about when you were like, "Oh yeah, it's like that angle." I'm just like,
Everyone does
picturing
that.
It feels
Everyone does
faster.
that. Come on.
Yeah, on your stairs I can understand it. On my
Also,
stairs,
I feel
it's
like
a bit
it's safer as well in some
Yeah.
weird
Little bit.
way.
well, yeah,
um,
because like,
Because if you trip, you're already there.
yeah,
You're
But
already...
yeah, no, this every couple of weeks when we went down there was this woman, and I assumed that she was a professional dog walker because she would come down in this little like hatchback. It's like smaller than any of our cars. We drive, you know, like kind of Corolla sized,
Yeah.
you know, hatchback style
So pretty
vehicles.
That's a
Excuse me.
little
sized,
missing.
you know?
Yeah. So her car was probably a bit smaller than any of our cars, and she would park up, get out, open the rear door because it didn't have a a boot as such.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or trunk if you
Too
prefer.
rank.
if you prefer.
Yeah.
I felt the disdain
She
in
would
that.
open the rear door and like over a dozen dogs would come out of this car, like all different
Jesus.
sizes.
What the hell?
Yeah. And she would have leashes for all of them.
No, I think
How is she not crashing while driving?
I
All
don't
those
know,
dogs moving
but
around.
this car did not look like it could fit that
those
many
like
dogs
clown
in it.
cars.
Yeah, it was literally like that. I remember the first time she showed up, it was like we were just watching it happen. Like, what is going on?
No, we never
Who is
had
this
that.
woman?
Oh my god! What is
I
this
wish
portable
we had
dog
that.
Kevin?
No, we just had the ginger cat used to eat, actually used to do, you know, when we do like staggered formation and things like that.
Yeah.
Like, this cat would actually be in like formation. Like
Yeah,
this
he-
cat
That's
used to
awesome.
like follow
He'd
us.
stand at like one end of the file. Like, what
Yeah.
is this cat up to?
No, I never saw the cat.
and
Was
we'd be
this- was this
looking
the
at it. We'd
Was
be-
this at the office?
No,
Yeah.
at Bolson Park.
Oh, okay.
I think
Yeah.
it was at the top near the houses or whatever. And like we'd just be looking at it and they'd be
Oh,
like, "Hey,
okay.
eyes forward!" Or, like, but the cat,
Jeez.
the cat, man.
The cat is in formation. But like
That's
even
more
when we
important.
like got down to the park, he'd still just like chill with us until we like came back up to the top, and then he'd be like, "Aye."
That's awesome. Yeah, we never had a cat.
Gone.
You had 12 dogs. Like,
Yes.
Fuck's
Yeah,
sakes.
something like that.
oh
Well,
man.
We're at 56 minutes.
We are.
Wowee.
This is an interesting one to go through. Am I the arsehole for saying someone else's kid's allergy isn't my problem and leaving a restaurant?
All right. Okay.
So-
Context, please.
Well, yes. So, celebrating my son's graduation with most of the people around here being vaccinated, I took the family to a local hibachi
Yes.
hibachi restaurant for some dinner. My family of 4 sits down and we are soon joined by another family of 4. They are nice enough, and when we comes time to order, the father says that one of his daughters has a dairy allergy and asks for her food to be made without butter. The waitress says no problem and I will make everyone's food without butter. The father says her allergy isn't that serious and as long as her serving has no dairy, it should be fine. The waitress repeats, all food will be made without butter. I say that I would like butter with ours. She replies, sorry, at hibachi we make all the food together and cannot risk her getting sick, so all the food needs to be made without butter. I reply that we are not even together, plus I say that you can make her food in the back. There is no rule that the food needs to be made together. Her father also agrees with me and says that they do this all the time. At this point, the waitress says that they are very busy and cannot do that. So I got up and said we are leaving because someone else's allergy should not affect my dining experience. We then went to a different hibachi restaurant 10 minutes away. My wife says that I was a complete arsehole and ruined my son's graduation dinner and I should have been more thoughtful of the girls' needs. Plus, now that restaurant has also lost a reservation. My point is that the girls' needs could have been met in other ways. Plus, my son loves his butter.
It's
Okay, so-
that one's weird. I feel like there may be a certain process maybe in the kitchen where they have to do everything at once, like the waitress or waiter said. So
A hibachi restaurant's one of those ones that they have like a fry top like around the table, isn't it?
No, it's like a box
I do
kind
not
of
remember.
style oven grill thing. It looks like this.
Oh, I thought it was those people who like cook in front of you, and that's why I was like, they
No,
could
this
make
is
it separately.
This is a hibachi. I assume they make it like in front of the table.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. It's like a boxy kind of grill barbecue
Yeah.
thing.
Maybe that specific restaurant had like a certain way they made it that made it so good, so they can't really do it.
So what was the? So it was the parents and the son.
Yeah.
And
It's
then
parent, son, and I think a friend or sister, whatever. But family of 4, and then just another random family of 4 had
the
joined
parties weren't together.
No.
But they were seated at the same table.
Yeah.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't think so because it seemed like the other family understood, or at least the father of that family understood. So
Yeah.
like it didn't really seem like that much of a problem.
See, I'm still in like two halves because her allergy shouldn't be your problem, but at the same time, it's butter. Like, get over it. If it was like, if it was something like seafood and you wanted seafood for your dinner, then I could be like, yeah, sure, fine. But it's butter, man. Like, really? Is your food? Get wrecked. Cat loves me more. Like, is your meal really that integral to butter?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
This one's been labelled as not the arsehole, by the way.
Depends the way the restaurant cooks it, I guess. Maybe butter's really important to it, or it's not. Because
Can you think of any meal that like would be completely and utterly ruined without butter?
No, because you can very substitute it with oil.
Exactly.
So, but obviously it's gonna have a different taste.
It'll have a slightly different taste, but like, will it really be that? Will it be the end of the world?
I'm sure given time I could come up with something.
I
but
don't think that the arsehole. It's just like
I think he could have gone about it like getting up and
Could've gone
leaving
about
a
it a different
restaurant
way.
because you can't have butter. It's a little bit extreme.
is this in America?
yeah,
Probably.
I assume so.
I like my butter.
I mean, they could. I mean, not to be that guy, but they could have asked to see the manager.
Yeah.
You know.
Like
Or
maybe,
even
that's the thing. Maybe
Yeah.
the waitress was being the arsehole and just being like, no. Maybe,
Yeah, a little bit.
Maybe it
That's
was
possible.
just that. But like at the same, they could have just asked to be seated somewhere else.
I think there's aside from the the girl and father, aside from them, there was maybe a low level assholery all around. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, I don't think it was major enough to be like, yeah, they're an arsehole. They're just frustrated, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I feel sorry for the girl because she's obviously going to be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, these people are leaving now because I can't have dairy."
I mean, there was a free reservation, like there was an open reservation at a restaurant 10 minutes away, and
Yeah.
presumably they got their meal.
Yeah.
Like same thing. I don't see why the wife is making such a big deal about it.
Yeah. Well, my mum would definitely do that.
Well, yeah, but that's your mum.
I don't know.
Well, yeah, okay,
If you think
all right,
about it.
okay, yes,
Remember the
Yes.
drive-through she told us about? So.
uh huh.
yeah, that's
yeah.
your mum.
Yeah, I mean, I know I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I don't
See-
make a fuss about anything.
If it
Like,
was really
legitimately.
if it was really that important to my partner, I'd just be like,
Yeah.
all right,
No.
sure, whatever.
Like I obviously I hate onions and whatnot, and,
Yeah.
and a lot of other things.
But you ate my chili.
I did.
I won. I
Did you
won.
put tomatoes and onion in
Yes,
not-
and like
not tomatoes.
chunky onion. Yes, there was tomato in there,
Yeah.
Was it?
There was
Oh yeah,
tomato in the chili.
but it wasn't like
and there was
It was in
there
chunks.
was chunky chopped onion in the chili, and yeah.
Wow.
he did something to me.
Because it's fucking good chili.
Yeah.
There's some in the fridge. If you want
Context,
to try it.
like I very much struggle to eat onion. It's like I look at it and I turn into a child who refuses to eat anything. It's bad. But what was I saying?
Which is weird because I love onion
Yeah.
and things.
But no, but I'll go to a
Onions are
restaurant.
great.
I'll go to a restaurant and like if I don't like what's in the meal, like I'll read what is on there and I'll try to get the closest thing. And then quite often they'll have something in the dish that isn't listed on the menu, and I'm like,
Yeah.
these motherfuckers. But
Mine-
I won't be like, excuse me, you know,
Yeah.
I
Well,
won't do that.
well,
I'll be quiet and I'll eat what I can.
You know,
Yeah.
if they do that, it's going to be something standard like onion. You know.
Mine,
Yeah,
mine's
yeah.
mushroom. The flavor of mushroom, if you like blend it, that's what mum does. It sounds so like prissy, but
No,
if you blend like mum, see,
my
that's
onion
because you're
gets blended.
you're a fussy
Yeah,
child, so you
I
understand.
understand.
But like, mum, that's the thing. Onion and capsicum, they add so much to a meal. Mum just puts it in a food processor for 2 seconds. Done. Easy
Mm.
Yeah,
thing.
still get the
Fair
flavor.
enough.
Yeah, you get the flavor without getting the texture. Like, just biting into a mushroom. It's like
Bruh.
hard, but it's like soft and anyway.
I'm just thinking
can't-
about buttered mushroom. Oh my god.
I can't
Buttered
do
mushrooms are so
like unusual vegetables and things
Unusual
like
vegetables?
courgette
Yeah.
or eggplant
I can't do a
can't
lot
do
of
those.
vegetables.
or pickles.
Oh god, I
Pickles.
hate pickles.
Can't do pickles.
Oh, I love pickles. I don't like
hate
pickles in
pickles.
things though. That's my thing. So I'll have like a pickle. Like when we have spaghetti, sometimes I'll just have a pickle like on the side.
I hate pickles and
But-
anything pickled.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It just kind of adds like a nice side.
It's like,
thing.
yes,
Nice
I want this thing that's been sitting in water for a very long time.
I mean,
brine.
Yes,
I mean,
exactly.
there's
Nasty.
Pickles in a burger? Ugh, no. It's the same with baked fruit. Like, give me a banana, give me an apple, whatever. Apple crumble? No.
Nope.
But no. No.
Yeah, it's got a wildly different taste.
Yeah.
I
I cannot stand baked fruit.
quick pickled vegetables like in the right dish.
Yeah.
Amazing. It's like no, it's like a vinegary kind of. I guess you would call it a brine.
Yeah.
And it's like, and you get like thin sliced carrot and cucumber and whatever,
Yeah.
and you immerse it in the brine
Oh,
solution
Mum really
for
likes
like
cucumber salad.
15 minutes or so, and it's like you pair that with I don't know something like a nice pork belly
Yeah.
or a good steak. It's like that's really good, but proper pickles, nah.
Yeah, Mum really likes this cucumber salad that my gran makes. It's like, I think it's cucumber anyway. It's like super thin sliced, and then it's put into a brine and like paprika and things like that. They adore it. I can't stand it. they
My
love it. So.
throat is physically like seizing. Listening to all this pickled stuff. Oh fuck, I hate
Actually,
it.
yeah,
Like I smell it and I'm like, oh, like
yeah, I'm not good with a lot of like pickled and
Mum
fermented
puts-
Bro,
stuff.
my
fucking
go-to
pickles.
snack
She
is like
puts them on the counter in the middle, and I come out to make my dinner or something. There's just two pickles just laying there, just two pickles just laying out in
Yeah,
the
it's-
open, and I
it's-
can smell them. I'm like,
It's
my
not-
go-to
it's not as
snack
bad
is
as
like
that.
pickles and cheese. Bro,
Nice cheese and pickle sandwich. Yeah.
oh,
Okay. I
no,
can
not without the bread. Just the cheese and
okay.
pickles.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything like pickled or fermented, like
maybe.
sauerkraut or kombucha.
Yeah.
Like I can't do it.
oh,
Oysters, any kind of like
Kombucha I can
shellfish
do.
or anything.
Ooh,
I cannot do.
I don't think I could ever eat an oyster. I was watching The Amazing Race, and they had to eat 50 oysters.
ugh.
Bro, that shit looks just like a slime ball.
Yeah, I can't do any like shell stuff. I can do like
Just-
I eat
fish.
prawns, but like,
No,
Yeah, I can
can't
do like crustacean.
I can't do seafood in general. Like unless it's a nice like pan fried snapper fillet
oh,
or
I
something.
love
I can't do it.
I love calamari.
Like any
Ah.
like kind of crab or lobster. Or,
I-
Do you guys
I
eat like baby
shellfish,
octopus? Baby
No.
octopus. Ah.
No,
Yes.
I would not touch
I-
squid or anything. like
The only thing,
I
the only
have
thing
had-
is,
I
it
have
looks
had
like an
octopus.
octopus, obviously, but it's like this big. It's just like
I think,
essentially
it's-
just a
I
big.
I think it's the
I
fact that
had,
I can't divorce it from the creature that it came from. You know, like,
Yeah.
like it's like
Yeah.
The last
It's like
time I had octopus, it was in takoyaki. Do you know what takoyaki is?
No.
I'm pretty sure it's takoyaki. Look up takoyaki.
all right, okay.
I'm pretty sure it's takoyaki.
Takoyaki.
is that?
Takoyaki.
Is that place in Auckland? Or?
No,
What
Takoyaki.
is
it's
it?
a type of food.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like fried squid balls and or whatever.
Yeah. So
And it's like deep fried. and
I
you put
got
sauces
them
on
from
and shit.
Bento Bowl, and I bit into
Some-
it. I'm like, oh, that's a whole octopus tentacle I'm looking
Yeah.
at. But I
Yeah,
ate like
it's-
half of them, and I'm like, okay, this is starting to put me off.
It's-
but
it's
like the
real
first
famous-
food, the
it's real
first
famous
food are
street
really
food.
good.
With baby
Yeah.
squids too, when you put them in the pan, they start like curling up, so they look like they're alive.
Well, see, I've never
Oh.
encountered that because I don't eat seafood.
Crumbs. Oh, crumbed octopus. Yeah.
I don't like
Alright.
octopus. It's too hard. Like
It's quite- it's quite, like, chewy.
Yeah, it's too chewy. I mean,
Yeah.
not hard.
Yeah, see, that it would be the texture for me because I can't do like fatty meat.
It's really rubbery. Yeah, you would struggle.
Yeah,
like,
I
I
See,
can
but that's the
guarantee
thing.
you
like
that.
a properly marbled steak. Like yes, please,
Yeah.
and give it to me. But the massive bit of fat on the side,
Yeah.
like
I,
no,
don't like- I, don't-
can't
I,
no.
I like it, but I also don't because it's got that really soft bit. I'm like, yeah, great, but then there will be that bit where the connection between like the meat and the fat is, and
Yeah,
it's really
the sinewy-
hard,
yeah.
and I
Yeah.
hate it.
Yeah,
I hate
no.
it.
Yep.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. I love octopus, but can't stand like squid sacks.
Squid sex.
Like
Ew.
squid. It's not like it's like the top part of a squid, but Mum
Yeah.
like cuts it into slices and makes kind of like squid rings. But it's a completely different texture. It's so weird. Baby octopus, great. The squid sacks, I don't know why. They're awful. I cannot stand them. It's so weird. It's essentially the same animal.
What is
Yeah.
the word for
It's just like-
oh.
Just like like shrimp and crabs and lobsters. Like they're,
See,
they're fucking sea insects. Like
Yeah.
no, I'm not eating that.
I eat
I
prawns,
even-
but like
I love prawns and shrimp, but I haven't had the chance to have lobster.
Crayfish?
I haven't had the chance to have lobster, crayfish, or crab, and I want to try all of them.
crayfish is just like a kind of like essentially like a little bit sweeter fish, and it's a little bit more together. Like fish like falls apart quite a bit.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more together. It's actually really nice.
I want to try it so bad.
Yeah.
Our brother Kellen is like he's just nuts about crayfish.
He'll
so good.
eat
It's
like
so expensive too.
anything as well. I don't think he has. I don't think he hates anything. He
Yeah.
just,
Yeah, you're not wrong.
He consumes.
He's like food. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Fucking hell.
Okay,
I don't know
this
how
will
he
be the
does
last
it.
one, just because we're quite a thing. And this is also we've talked about this before, kind of thing. Not this particularly, but you'll get what I mean. Am I the arsehole for not letting my mum alter and wear her wedding dress to my wedding? So this falls in like the
Yeah.
same.
Straight up, just straight up. Sorry,
Yeah.
not the arsehole.
Yeah.
Nah.
Because don't do that.
You don't wear something similar. It's more so of a crime. I'm gonna call it a crime to wear something similar to the
It's a
bride's wedding
social-
dress.
Yes.
The groom's suit, not so much.
Well, see, this
Like,
is what I'm
that's
talking
not
about when I
quite
was
as
talking about
bad.
like wearing the same dress to like another person's wedding or whatever.
Mm.
Like, yes, you want to get another use out of it, but like, oh, bro, if my mum did this, well, I mean, my mum can't 'cause she doesn't have a wedding dress, but
Yeah.
my mum did that.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
So,
no.
Yeah, no, it's dumb.
yes, you read that right. My mum called me today and asked if she could cut down her very, very light pink wedding dress and wear it as a cocktail length wedding dress. Her reasoning is that she did not buy a wedding dress she did not buy it at a wedding dress shop. She bought it at Macy's, which is just like a dress shop.
Yeah.
And it is not white, so she said that she'd be able to alter it and wear it again. I said flat out no, because she wore it as a wedding dress, so she cannot wear it to another wedding. She accused me of being selfish and that I didn't want her to look good as the mother of the bride. I said I more care about the fact that people will know that she is re-wearing her wedding dress, and as a bride, it's not okay with me. I might be the arsehole because she does not have a lot of money. Yeah, and my wedding is 3 hours away, so she would need to get a hotel for the wedding. This could be a way of saving money. However, she is not paying for anything wedding orientated. My mother-in-law is doing most of the motherly things, including throwing the shower, paying for part of the dress, and even going with me to pick out my dress. Also, I feel like I need to say that this dress is from her 4th wedding to a man that I am not on speaking terms with because he made inappropriate comments to me, and she cheated with him on my last stepdad. So I might have some unintentional negative bias there. For the record, this is my first and hopefully only wedding.
There's
Do
a lot
not
of
wear the dress.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
There's a lot of
no.
shit going on there. My God.
Like okay, so at the beginning when you said it was like it was a light pink,
Yeah.
and she was going to alter it to a cocktail dress. It was like
There is
okay,
an edit
I can see that.
here. I remember there being an edit. A couple people asked what it looked like. She doesn't want to post a picture in case the mum finds it, but it trumpet style, so it flares out from the waist like that.
okay.
An illusion top with a sweetheart neckline. So the sweetheart necklines, it's kind of like that sort of
Okay.
bustier, and then I assume
Yeah.
the illusion top I think is just like mesh sort of thing, mesh
Right.
for like
Right.
sleeves and things like that. I think that's what an illusion top is. And then sequins and a twisty pattern around it. So I assume from the waistband has like the sequins going down.
Mhm.
Yep.
So even though it is light pink, very wedding style.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It would still
definitely.
have the style. So,
Yeah.
like, people would know
And
just by looking.
4th wedding.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
no.
Not
Bro.
good.
No. And like the fact that, I'm assuming, it being a 4th wedding, it would be fairly recent,
Yeah.
and yeah, people would remember it.
Mm.
People would definitely know.
Yeah.
Like that's almost as bad as just straight up wearing like white and whatever on someone
Honest-
else's wedding.
Honestly, I would be kind of tempted to just let her wear it, like, just so that people can see what a cunt she is.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's fair.
There is that. But
Yeah.
it's like the movie Monster-in-Law, like the mother-in-law shows up and she's in like, I know you don't know, but I'm
No.
explaining it. She shows up in like an entirely white, like not business suit, but like a suit style,
Like a pantsuit, yeah.
yeah. And like this massive like white hat, and she's like the dragon man, like, oh,
Do not wear white to a wedding.
Yes, unless
Not a
it's
good
like
move.
the theme where like. Because you can get
Yes.
those like ocean theme weddings where everyone wears kind of like white and like
Yeah,
tan and
or
things
like
like
a
that.
black and white theme.
Yeah.
Or unless, you're part of the bridal party and that's what's been chosen.
Yes.
Which
Yeah.
would be
Do
pretty
not.
rare, I would imagine.
Yeah, yeah.
If you are just a regular guest at an unthemed wedding, do not wear white. Yes.
That has
Okay.
now been established. It's just law.
Yes.
Also,
And
for men, I would say try to avoid wearing a black suit. Like, because
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
generally that's what the,
The groom was
groom
wearing
and
it.
It's not
groom's
too
party
much.
will be in.
It's too much. It's not too much of a deal though because
Yeah.
it can change.
You can wear black dress pants, but like maybe just don't wear a suit jacket. Maybe just wear like a nice jacket
Or
instead of a suit jacket.
if you
Yeah.
like
maybe
if
not.
all you-
Maybe not even wear a suit. Just have like formal attire without
Yeah.
the suit jacket.
Yeah.
yeah.
Would be
I
better.
mean, if you have a black suit and that's what the groom is wearing and that's like all you have and you can't really get anything else, then sure, that's fine. Like, it doesn't.
It's not
not
as
that big of a deal.
serious.
Yeah.
Like
so-
I had a friend who got married a few years ago, and he wore a. We both wore grey suits, and his suit was a lot darker, like more of a
Yeah.
charcoal grey, and mine was lighter. But yeah, it was like we were both a bit like, am I gonna need to get a new suit? Like,
Yeah.
the wedding's only a couple of days away. I don't think I can do that because that's when I found out what he was wearing. But it was like they were different enough.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
we were wearing different shirts and ties, so it was like,
And that's
okay,
the thing, there's
that's
not-
fine. That's fine.
I mean, there are, but there aren't that many different colors of suits. Like, you can get those like bright colored suits, but like that's like an actual like I'm going out to get this sort of thing. But like generic suits, they're like what, brown maybe.
Brown,
White, grey,
white,
black.
blue,
Yeah.
blue,
Oh yeah, blue.
blue. If I was
Yeah.
going to a wedding, I'd probably wear blue.
Yeah.
I
It's a nice in between.
I wore blue to a wedding
Yeah.
last year.
Mm.
Yeah, it
Blue
would've been around
also
the end
just
of the
looks really nice, like
I-
the dark
I-
blues, navy blues.
Yeah.
I looked good.
God.
I look so good.
No, I like
Josh.
I was on point, man. I have pictures somewhere.
Yeah.
I put effort.
Bro,
In-
suits
into
are
my
so
clothing.
attractive. Like,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
just something about like someone who like can own a suit. You're like,
Oh
Yes.
yeah, I have
Mm.
pictures somewhere. You're gonna love them.
Yeah.
I'll
Oh,
ask
man.
I'll ask Danny when she gets home because
Yeah.
I think she has them.
I appreciate good suits, man. Like, cufflinks are actually such a big thing. I didn't think I'd appreciate. Like, because
Mm.
I always thought they were so pointless. I was like, why? Like, just button it. Like, just,
Oh no,
why?
proper French cuffs with like just the right cufflink that
Yeah.
accentuates everything else. It's like,
You need
Yeah.
that. You need that. Just that little like, maybe like little over half a centimeter of just the shirt showing out of the sleeve. You know, it's like.
with that like sparkling cufflink there, and you're just
Ugh.
like, you know, like
Yeah.
when they put the jacket on, and you're like,
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
why you need a properly tailored suit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Or,
I
like
need
just
to-
hemmed
I
properly.
need to
You
get
know.
some proper tailored shirts with French cuffs.
Now I want a suit.
It's like, yeah.
no, we're going suit shopping.
No, that's
Hell yeah.
expensive.
Well, actually, no, Kingsway is where I got my suit, and I only paid like $500 for the suit.
I want a tailored
then
suit
another-
so bad.
No, it was probably closer to 400, and then another couple hundred for
Was it tailored?
accessories. It was off the rack, altered, like in house.
Right. Is Kingsway the one in Centre City or the one that's
No.
outside near the library?
No, you're thinking of Barker's. Barker's is alright. It's very expensive. Kingsway is the one across from the bank, like next to
I think I know
like
what you're
close
talking
to the library. Yeah.
about.
Yeah, on the
Yeah.
corner
Maybe in that
where
street,
Kathmandu
on the
is,
main
isn't
street,
it?
isn't it? On the corner.
Next to that?
No, other side of the street.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's on Devon. It's on the main street.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I
I
want a
think I
tailored
know.
suit so bad, like those like really nice like female. I saw it was this like female suit, like 2-piece, but then it had like a matching corset top. Oh, it was gorgeous. I wanted
Nice.
it, and it was
I
like
mean, they could probably help you out with that. And if you actually there's a great alterations place that I know of, which I'll tell you about.
Yeah.
Once we're done here. Like, yeah, they did my coat. They put the pockets in it. It's like
oh yeah.
fantastic work. Super cheap, high quality. Like, yeah.
Yeah, because
It's great.
I have a like dress suit. It's a
Mm.
a dress, but it like buttons up in the front like a suit, and it's got a cape.
Okay.
It's got a cape.
It's got a cape.
The cape.
It's got a cape. I'll show you
Nice.
afterwards. It's got a cape. It's
Nice.
amazing, and it's like a nice like champagne color. I wore that to my graduation, and that I love, but I don't have enough.
I think I've heard about this.
I feel like
Yeah.
a modern cape
It's got pockets,
can't be.
That's
so it's
yeah.
like a dress,
the thing.
and then it's got shoulder pads, and on the shoulder pads, the cape kind of just like comes around. I'll show you afterwards. But anyway, to end that, I don't believe she's the arsehole for telling her mother. And that's the thing. It's not her mother-in-law, like the monster-in-law. It's her own mum.
Yeah.
Like
spend a couple $100 on a new dress.
yeah.
Like you can budget for that. Easy.
And that's the thing. If it really is that bad, like even though I'd prefer not to wear the same dress to the same wedding or same family's wedding or whatever, accessorize it different. It's really not going to be the end of the world.
Yeah,
I'm sure
exactly.
you have a dress you can wear.
And if you can afford to alter a wedding dress, you can afford to buy a new dress.
Exactly. Exactly.
You don't have to spend thousands of dollars on it. Just a couple $100.
Yeah.
Easy.
Doesn't have to be anything phenomenal. You're not the star of the show.
Yeah.
You're
It's not about you.
Yeah, you're not on Say Yes to the Dress,
Yeah.
you know? Like,
Yeah.
If you have the
just-
money to
just
wear a
don't.
nice one, sure, but like you don't. It's not necessary.
Yeah.
That show's
No.
fucking insane. Like tens of thousands of dollars
I love it
on a dress that you're
for-
going to wear once.
That's the thing. I love looking at the dresses because they are gorgeous. But as soon as they're like, this one's $1,500 to like on the base thing, but if you want to do this, this, and this, oh yeah, that's gonna be like $6,000. I'm like,
Yeah, new.
sorry,
New.
I'm sorry.
Insane.
I think at most, like, because it depends where I am financially, but at most I'd spend like maybe $1,000, and that's because I want like
Yeah.
one of those like big sort of dress. Well, not
Floofy.
like floofy, but like I want one that kind of like goes outwards because
Yeah.
it is my wedding day. You do want to do something extravagant, but at the same time, I'm not going into debt for a dress.
Well, it's the same thing with like again my suit. Like I budgeted myself to $1,500 for
Yeah.
like everything, and I only ended up paying. I ended up paying less than half that
Yeah,
for
Shit.
everything. It was the suit. I got the shoes somewhere else because they didn't have any styles I liked that went with the color.
yeah,
Yeah, but all up, the suit, shoes, I got a couple of shirts and a couple of ties, and yeah, that was all up like less than $700.
yeah.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
See, you can
Nice.
do things on a budget, and you don't look cheap. Just work it. Learn how to work
Yeah.
it.
And
Yeah.
find a good alterations place.
Yeah,
That is key.
yeah,
Like even the cheapest off the rack suit can be made to look at least halfway decent.
lady
with-
who altered my ball dress because my ball dress was actually, I think, originally was like a large or extra large, and I wear like in dresses like a size 8, which is kind of like a small, and
a little bit, yeah.
yeah, it's like like small to medium. She altered it for like $80.
Jeez.
And I
That's
was
awesome.
like, she gave me the fabric, like the spare fabric. I thought
Yeah.
she'd just keep it for whatever. She just gave it back. She was like,
No.
there you go. That's
Nice.
the excess. And I was
That's
like,
awesome.
cool, sick, thanks.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, and she even made straps because it was a strapless dress. But I wanted just like thin sort of, I don't know what it is, but like on strapless dresses, just look like my chest feels very bare. But even just those like thin spaghetti straps,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
like pulled it together. And she made those for me, and I was like, thank you, bless you.
Thank
Nice.
You, mate.
Yeah, it was great. But anyway,
Neat.
this has been the ZeroFunction Podcast.
Yeah,
And
we
am
made
I
it.
the asshole?
1
We
hour
es-
22.
Another
Yes.
one in the bag.
We established that none of these people are the assholes. You just have shitty families.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh man! If you want to check out more, you can find us on. I was gonna say Twitch. You can find us on Twitch. No, you can find us on Twitter and Instagram at ZeroFunction Pod, and you can also find us on Spotify.
Yep.
Yeah.
Eventually. Spotify is happening.
Yes.
I'll be honest, I did forget last week to upload the 3 I usually do a week, but
Yeah.
I'll get back onto it.
Yeah, it's all
this
good. There
weekend.
are still some on.
It's going up.
Spotify. Yeah.
And I've been really lax on Twitter updates. Just
But they-
with work, I mentioned at the top of it wasn't at the top of the show, but my hours are changing,
Yeah.
and I'm in a new role at the moment, and that's like
Critical
taking up
role.
all my.
All brain power.
No, I
Yeah.
took a new position at work, and I'm in like I'm doing training now with new people, and the old guy didn't leave me much to go on. So it's
When they're
sort
like,
of-
you'll
it's-
figure it out.
You'd have to make like a whole new training program.
Oh,
Is
it's
that
like
how it
it's like
is?
sorting through everyone's paperwork, and some of these files go back like 7 or 8 years for some of them.
gosh.
We had a woman just leave this week who was there for 14 years.
Mm,
And it was like,
God.
thank Christ, because I was not looking forward to sorting through her paperwork. Just like so much redundant shit from, previous years before they streamlined the training program, and even now there's a lot to do, and just working through that and updating everything, and
Dude, Mum works at the hospital. They changed their systems over. They had to print out every single clinic for the next 2 weeks or something, just in case their system went offline.
Oh boy!
Do you know how many trees they killed?
Yeah. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
I'm only in a department with 15 people on our shift.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Oh.
we shall
All
catch you
right.
in the next one next week.
Yes, we shall.
Yes.
Dude.
You got something?
Yeah. It's your week.
I already have a topic for my next one.
I
Oh,
don't
nice.
have a topic yet.
That's the thing. I was super excited for that Google Maps one because I have seen some weird stuff. I just couldn't find anything anymore, and I was like, "Bruh, not enough to make an episode out of anyway." But I managed to pull something out the bag.
Honestly, I'll figure it out.
All right.
I think that explains it.
I'm ready to play D&D. I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm
Yep,
prepared.
let's
We're
do it.
ready.
Second session in about 45 minutes or so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Yes.
About
Sick.
So
All right.
I need to prep.
We'll catch you in the next one, guys. Peace.
All right.
Ah!
Later.